4 Storm players and coach Mike Van de Kamp just got back from Vancouver, where they participated in a drug awareness program. The experience, they say, really opened their eyes to some harsh realities.
We talked to a bunch of addicts down there, and pretty much the main message was they didn't want to be there, but a lot of the stuff was out of their control. They were stuck down there with because of circumstances that they couldn't even change, because whether it's they're addicted to the drugs or their drug dealer won't let them stop selling drugs or stop taking their drugs, like they're just trapped pretty much.
There's young people, there's old people, there's ethnic, there's white, there's people that have been down there for 20 years, people that have been down there for 20 days, and it's just they're all neglecting their bodies down there, and the only thing that's on their mind is drugs and how they can get more of them.
Members of the Storm were in Vancouver for 2 days as part of an RCMP and junior hockey program aimed at raising awareness of the problems drugs can cause. Local RCMP officers were with them.
Well, we flew with the RCMP plane to Vancouver. We visited a treatment center and got to speak with people addicted to drugs and alcohol extensively for the afternoon and share them their stories, as well as we got to go to East Hastings and speak with cocaine users and heroin users. Upon speaking with them, approaching them, after they discovered what we were there for, just to learn more about drugs and bring it to our communities, they were quite open about speaking with us because they don't want to be there. They're sick and they have an illness, they're addicted to drugs, and they want to help as much as possible to keep others off of cocaine.
One of the things that really shocked me was that I didn't know I'd realize that I would feel compassion for the addicts, and I did. And one of the things that will stick with me is that the drug dealers themselves actually aren't addicts, and they come down, they're sent down with drugs, and they use the addicts and they exploit them, and they give them the drugs to sell, and they'll stand like 10 feet away from them so that they can't get busted. And that was, I just grew a big hatred for them, and that shocked me the most probably.
Well, a lot of the people were I guess you could say they were suffering from mental health issues from the drug use, and like they didn't have any sense of reality. A lot of the people, they were just completely out of it.
Well, the one guy that Grims and I met, he was from Saskatchewan, and he ended up over there selling drugs, and the thing was he didn't want to be selling drugs, and long story short, his wife ended up buying drugs off someone else, and he was like, this is crazy, like, there's no reason I should be down here doing this, and he went out and took one hit of crack cocaine through a pipe, and said he was instantly addicted to it, and couldn't get off it whatsoever, and he just kept selling it, and so.
The lesson I learned is, well, just don't do them in play in general, but they'll deteriorate your body and just screw up everything you had going for you in life. So that's probably the biggest lesson I learned.
The group will now share their experience with school groups, sports teams, and other groups of young people, telling them about the dangers of drugs.
Well, I think it's a shared venture. I know the police officers that we first got involved with in this program care a lot about it, and are trying to find an avenue to get the word out, just instead of just them walking into schools and places and saying, hey, kids, don't do drugs, and we're looking for other ways to try to make that message sort of sink in. And I think for our players, they are looked up to a little bit by the young kids and are recognizable, I guess, in our community. And they're also an example of people who have made pretty good decisions so far in their life to end up where they are. They wouldn't be successful athletes to this point at their age if they hadn't made pretty good decisions along the way.
If there's going to be one kid that might end up there, that we can change the path that they will eventually lead, that's all that matters really. Hopefully we can make a good impression on them.
I think it can have a huge impact. I think if kids are willing to listen, I think it's a huge opportunity to stop kids. Like Gurm said earlier, if you stop one kid from going down there to success, right? So there's no way in proving whether someone's going to go down there or not. But yeah, you fix one kid from not doing drugs from this presentation, I think it's a huge success.